Hi everyone, it's me Willow and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry I haven't posted a video lately. I haven't really been in that video-esque type thing that I have to be in when I make a video. And I also have been away at a cottage. But now I have an amazing video that I get to show you guys and make of. And it is The Walking Dead Comic-Con Season 5 trailer review. So I basically watched it last night and I've been waiting for it for a couple weeks, obviously, since the Comic-Con they've said it started. And oh my god, it's amazing. Oh my god, it's so good. I love it. And so I just broke it down into little bits, 2 pages, like 3 minutes long, and it was just, oh my god, it's just so good. So basically just gonna go through all my notes and stuff, saying what's happened in it and say what I think's gonna happen. I'm gonna dig deeper into it and stuff. So yeah. So first it plays the "We're Screwing with the Wrong People," which was in the season 4 finale, in the train cart with Rick saying that. And then it pans a couple more of the people in the train cart, and then Abraham yells "move," and then they all back up, sort of running as far as they can run in the train cart. And then the Terminus lets off a gas type suspect, because then they enter with gas masks on. So I didn't see any girls, but it looks like every single guy in the train cart has been tied up and gagged. And Gareth is saying, we didn't want to hurt you or something. And then it goes back and shows the finale with all the shooting and stuff and the running away. And then it shows another scene with Rick falling to the ground, hitting his head really hard. And then this is blurry, but you can hear chainsaw in the background. And you can see a person, it's like the back of a person at a table. And it looks like he's chainsawing another person. That is just really bone-chilling, like horror-esque. And I'm not a horror person, anything but horror for me. So that is very, oh my god, disturbing, thinking another person would chainsaw another person. A lot of people are thinking, obviously it's a person, because people are thinking, including myself, that those are the cannibals, like the hunters from the comic books. And I totally believe that theory. I hope it's not that bad, because I don't want the other, like, Rick's group, you know, all the people that we love to get killed and stuff. Doesn't look like they will, but just it's kind of frightening and stuff. So then Gareth goes, nothing was personal, and more replay of the finale. And then this is Bob being amazing. That's what I wrote. And he's like getting Gareth convinced of letting them go, being like, we have a guy who knows the cure, let us go, and then we have to get in Washington and stuff and save this world, stuff like that. And Bob's just being freaking amazing. Only person that's actually saying something. Rick is being stupid in the background and like freaked out and stuff, just like, okay, kill me, basically. So Bob's being amazing and saving all their butts. Then Trev's Chan 2 mentioned this. I love Trev's Chan 2, it's like a tongue twister, saying that Gareth has a Joker-esque to him, where he has like this scene where he does a Joker smile, and I totally agree with it. I think he's amazing, and think that he's totally embracing that Joker-esque, being like, he knows he's doing something bad, but he loves it and it makes him happy. And I just think that's, oh my god, so Joker-esque. And the smile's just Joker-esque. But yeah. Then it shows October 12th, and I'm like, yay, finally know the date for sure. And there's only like 77 days left, I'm pretty sure. And then, no choice, Gareth says this, like, no one has a choice, all of you have to join us, and we go to Washington to cure this thing. And then, this is something that I'm really happy about. It looks like Judith and Rick are finally reunited. And me and my friend have been waiting for this, been praying for it, because Rick and Carl were so devastated when they thought Judith was dead. And they were like falling, and they were just so devastated. And then we found out Judith isn't dead. Me and my friend said, we have to have Rick and Carl and Judith reunite together. That's one thing that we need, and it looks like they are. So I'm very excited for that. And then while Gareth is saying no one all have a choice and stuff. This is all going on, these three things, with Rick and the Judith, and then everyone's together, it looks like, minus Beth, in a forest, so it looks like Glenn's there, so the Glenn death rumors, I don't think are true. And then, like, everybody practically. And then, when it says, to cure this thing, looks like Eugene has a terrified / stoned face, which is kind of off-putting, thinking, maybe you don't know a cure. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he doesn't know a cure, and he's just saying that because he's not stealthy at all. He's very clumsy, and he's saying he has a cure so they can protect him first. That's what I'm thinking. Don't know if it's true. That's sort of my theory with Eugene. And then they have like a slow mode with Rick, Maggie, and Glenn walking up a hill. So Glenn rumors, I don't think he's dead. I don't think Glenn's dead. I think he's going to be alive. Because this is outside of Terminus. Then it has Daryl. We all get to start over, all of us. And then it has Michonne being awesome. And then it has everyone also being awesome in like slow mode-ish and stuff, killing stuff, like walkers. And then it has Abraham saying, "We will make the dead die and the living will live again." I think that's what he says. And then he says that in a church with the group and also Gareth. So they're in a church. Maybe a lot of the scenes are in church in the trailer, so probably seeing Father Gabriel soon. I don't think I saw him in the trailer at all, but maybe he was and I missed him. But then it has a lot of walkers and a lot of killing the walkers, and there's quite a lot of walkers. And then one is Rick killing a whole bunch of walkers with like fire hoses with the water, and it's like squirting the water at their heads, and their heads like burst open and stuff. It's super cool. And then again, lots of walker killing, and then Rick says, like, "I don't trust this guy," and more walker killing, and then "We've all done something." Carl says that, so Rick's, I'm guessing, trying to convince them that this guy's horrible and stuff. Obviously, Gareth is horrible, but I think Carl's trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, saying we've all done something horrible so far. And then Gareth says, "They don't trust us anymore. Obviously, I would never trust him. Hello, you're trying to make them into burgers, basically, on the grill with Mary." I never saw Mary in the trailer, so maybe Mary dies. I think that'd be cool. Mary dead. And then it has Rick saying, "These people are my family. If you hurt them, I will kill you." He's obviously saying this to Gareth, and we all know Rick can kill a guy if he wants to. And then it has all the group again, besides Beth. And then a lot of church scenes, as I said before, and a lot of amazing scenery. The scenery's beautiful. A lot of forests and stuff, and lots on the road. I have not liked the scenery in the past. I really, I thought Season 2 was probably the best for the scenery, and then they sort of sat down a little bit in the Season 3, 4-ish type. But this scenery looks amazing. And then they have wet walkers, a lot of walkers walking through some water. Looks pretty interesting. A lot of the walkers are like drooping faces and stuff now. So it's probably getting maybe 2, almost 3 years into the zombie apocalypse, obviously. And then Abraham saying, "We're leaving for DC now." He's like yelling it and stuff. And then they show this building. I don't know what it is. It looks pretty weird. Maybe it's another church, I don't know. And then it has Daryl looking at it, so I don't know. Maybe he sees some potential in it or thinks something is in it, because I thought first maybe that was the funeral home that Beth and Daryl was at, but it doesn't really. I looked at it again, it doesn't really look like that building, so I don't know. Then it has walkers pounding on some glass, and so obviously they're probably in a building. And then they had a couple of scenes where Gareth is like talking, and then there's some walkers behind him like pounding on some glass too. So that's pretty kind of freaky, but interesting. And then it has Abraham killing, a lot of killing again. And then Rick says, "We're not going anywhere without our people." Sasha also says that later, is like, "Where's our people?" and stuff like that. So obviously, they're very into staying with each other. They also say it later. I don't know if they said it later or before. Said we're staying together and stuff. We're not splitting up. So obviously, they're not splitting up, hopefully. Then it has Daryl killing, obviously being awesome. Stepping on some walkers and pushing it into the wall. And it has Abraham being by himself on the road. And then the second right after he's on the road, so he's kind of on the road on his knees and looks up so sad. And then right after that, he's fighting with Rick. So maybe Rick's fighting with him influences him being by himself later, maybe. Because that was sort of a reenactment of how after Daryl ran after Beth and he couldn't run after her anymore, he went on the ground and sort of like slumped down. It was sort of Abraham / Daryl type thing like there. And then there was a lot of gun shooting and a lot of explosions. And then I can't read that. Okay, and Rick says to Carl, no matter what anyone says or thinks, you're not safe. And then there's this one thing that I think is pretty cool. A bus is driving, and then there's another vehicle, and the bus sort of flips, like drives on top of the bus or the other vehicle, and the bus flips over. They didn't show all of it, but I thought that was pretty cool. And then there's huge explosion. You haven't seen a huge explosion like that since they went to the CDC in the finale of season 1. And it was huge. A lot of the walkers are like flying in the air and stuff. And then it shows Carol in the grass, bloody, hair's bloody, face bloody. And then at like a lot of people are freaking out, oh my god, at like 2.22 in the trailer, Glenn looks like a guy that looks like Negan. It has a baseball bat and is going to hit Glenn in the back of the head. I don't think so. I think he's about to be killed and then something stops him or whatever. Because he's in the rest of the trailer outside of Terminus. So I don't think he's going to be killed. And then there's a bus going off a bridge, which is also really cool. And then we're killing some people because they had some weapons. So I don't think they're walkers, they're probably people. And then they have, so Rick is like killing people like this, and then he turns around with his gun, has a little spy-esque like kind of thing. And the turnaround was probably the most epic thing of the whole trailer for me. I was just like, oh my god, pretty down with the Walking Dead stuff. It looks so amazing. And then this is the part, then it goes black and it says like AMC's Walking Dead, October 12th. And then it goes black and I thought, oh, it's over. But no, it was not over. Then has this voiceover of a girl, and she's saying, you have to be the greater good in here, and you're not the greater good. And then it shows, as she's saying that, it shows kind of this empty lot type place with a couple of buildings and a fence falling down, but there's no walkers. And then it shows the girl. She looks, maybe she's either a cop or a paramedic because she's sort of in that blackish bluish uniform. Looks like there's kind of like some pads or something, so I don't know if she's a cop or a paramedic, but she's obviously in charge or something of this thing. And then she's saying this, so she's facing the camera, and then there's this girl with some luscious blonde hair and a ponytail and some green scrubs. And then it has this luscious girl with luscious blonde hair sitting on the edge of a broken down elevator shaft with a flashlight. And then it shows, looks down at the elevator shaft, endless blackness. And this girl with luscious blonde hair is Beth. So Beth is alive, and I love Beth. Everybody hates her, but I love her. She's one of my favorite characters, and I was devastated when she got kidnapped, and now she's alive. And everybody knows she's officially alive, and I was freaking out that now we know she's alive. The only thing I'm not happy about is that I thought she was going to be with Father Gabriel, because everybody was thinking, oh, she's totally with Father Gabriel because of the cross on the back.